So we should talk a bit of football.
Yeah. Go on.
And former Spurs player, Spurs fan.
Yes.
And let's whisper it because I don't want to get too carried away. It's
you
very early days.
You like giddy schoolboys, you
but
Spurs fans.
It's very enjoyable, isn't it? Which hasn't been for a while.
You know what, Paul? We've had so many negative moments, haven't we, in the last couple of years with managers and the way we're playing, the style of football, and things hanging over our heads and fans just kind of losing interest. It's just been a joy to be seeing us play some good stuff again, like just the way we're moving the ball, and Ange has come in, he's brilliant in his press conferences, he's got a nice aura about him. Signed a couple of decent players as well. Like at Sheffield United at the weekend, we weren't great, but we looked at the bench all of a sudden. He brings on Perisic, he brings on Richarlison, brings on Johnson, and you look at the bench and you go, hold on a minute, we've actually got half decent bench, and that makes you. It's not going to happen all the time with the first 11 on the pitch, and you've got to have players that you can turn to get a goal, and we look good. I'm enjoying it. It's better than Chelsea, isn't it?
And that's before like Brennan Johnson's got going as well, isn't it? He had a disallowed goal on Sunday, didn't he? It looked like a Harry Kane sort of style.
It was good first touch and he waited, he was patient. It looked a good goal.
I'm happy for Richarlison because you saw him go away with Brazil and he looked really upset. And you know what? There's a lot of players out there at the moment who are talking about who don't care about football. They've lost their desire. Richarlison absolutely gives everything he can when he walks on the pitch. It's just not been happening for him. And I think that goal for him and being part of a big 3 points might give him a bit of confidence and get him back on side with the fans and give him a bit of belief. And I think it's sometimes you got to step back and go, you know what, let's get behind him and support him because he's having a tough run.
Is there anything that worries you when you've watched Tottenham? You thought, against City, against Arsenal, whoever, we could be a bit wide open. Are there any sort of red flags from your point of view?
I mean, you always want more, don't you? Look, I do think we still need to replace Harry Kane in some way. We've spent money on players who I think are good signings, but I think a focal point up front who's going to really make us score goals and you can rely on week in, week out, I think will be good. I think the midfield, once Bentancur comes back, I think we're going to be solid in there. Centre half, I have to say, Van der Ven's come in and I've been so impressed with him. He's quick, he's good on the ball, gives you balance. I'm just excited to see what happens. Look, we're not going to win a league. I don't think anyone can get near Man City, maybe Arsenal, but I just think if we can, get a top 4 place and have a go and enjoy the football and bring back some good times, then that's what the Spurs fans want. I think the pressure's off a little bit with Ange, and I think the players have realised that. The fans are now getting behind it, and it could be a really fun season. I was disappointed with the Carabao Cup.
Yeah, that was and it was funny watching them the other day. They weren't at their best actually. They started to get impatient. They were forcing it. Passing got a bit sloppy at times as they went chasing that goal. The ref didn't help, who made it all quite fractious. But I mean, he said that most of the time, most of the things you spot, Postecoglu says afterwards, he spots it and he always has a reason. And he said, we were getting impatient, we were getting frustrated. And good teams keep their patience, don't they? And they keep passing the ball. So, but that's going to come in time. He's only been there for 5 minutes.
Yeah, you think he's come in and had that impact straight away with a group of players who really and truthfully were miles off it last season, and the belief was totally gone out of the team. And all of a sudden, you're looking at it and you're going, this is half decent side, Udogie's come in and he's really good. I love him. Vicario in goal looks good. Romero all of a sudden looks solid again. Porro looks good. You got the midfield. And all of a sudden you go, Son, Richarlison, Kulusevski, you got Johnson, you've got players to choose from. You think, we look all right.
Harry Kane was holding you back. What I mean by that is maybe they're playing more as a team now, not relying on just one person.
Well, I mean, he was pretty key to everything they did. I think I would have him back if he fancies giving back on a free. I'm not going to knock him.
You know what I do think, though, Paul, is when the way I see Maddison play is kind of where Harry Kane was playing.
Yeah.
Now, he'd come deep. Yeah. Maddison's kind of doing that kind of role where he's getting on the ball and making things happen. He's the guy that's trying to unlock defences. Yes, we're missing Harry Kane's goals because he got 30 last season. Yeah. But what it's actually doing is Maddison's now the one who's getting on the ball, making things happen, and we can press from the front and have a bit more pace with Son and Solomon and Kulusevski, and we look dangerous. I think Kane did drop quite deep for us, and I think that invited pressure on us a lot. Now I feel like we're playing higher up the pitch, and we look like we can go after teams a bit more, and we're having a bit more possession in their half instead of ours.
Paul Hawksbee and Andy Jacobs, Monday to Friday afternoons 1 till 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.